I was going to go with the hello, but we already did that, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, the Mark Strong one.
Mark Strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I guess...
Hey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is our enthusiastic intro, because we're so excited.
We're so glad to be back in the new year.
Yeah. This fresh new, brand new, what is it? New year, new me. Nah, going to be the same old cunt I always have been.
Yeah, but 2020's our year. This is when the podcast really takes off.
It better do. It better do, Josh.
I bloody hope so.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Well, as long as we keep making them.
Yeah.
The 3-week hiatus. Helping.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we really need to...
that. Yeah, we say it every time. We should just stop saying it, and then it might actually happen. It's like the opposite. It's opposite day. I officially declare it.
Does that mean it's not opposite day?
I don't know.
Oh my God.
It's a paradox. I'm Sam.
I'm Josh.
And this is Radioactive Screen Podcast, where we talk about all things film and television. So
I'm sorry about that intro.
Yeah.
That was pretty terrible. Shall we just jump straight into the news?
Yeah, let's jump straight in.
It has been a few weeks.
We always do.
To be fair, we've got quite a bit to catch up on.
Well, let's run through it, shall we?
So,
yes,
Doctor Strange 2.
Doctor Strange 2. We lost a director. We lost a director.
We lost Scott Derrickson.
Yeah,
due to creative differences.
Yeah,
that really sucks.
Doesn't bode well, does it?
Like, the first Doctor Strange was a great film. I really enjoyed it.
It was decent, yeah.
The villain was so-so.
Yeah, how you can get Mads Mikkelsen and not make, as a villain, and not make that ridiculously compelling is beyond me.
But I think
it was a decent effort. I'd say it was basically like mid-tier Marvel, which is pretty good.
Yeah. I think Scott Derrickson's a great visual director as well, which is what you need for Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
And I'd have been really excited to see what he'd bring to a more horror-focused Marvel film. Because his background is in horror. He's done Sinister before. Yep. Which was a great horror film.
Sinister. Is that the one with Ethan Hawke?
Ethan Hawke, yeah.
I haven't seen it.
So recently I've watched Haunting of Hill House.
Excellent.
I'm about a year and a half late to the party, but better late than never.
It was great.
Really good. What I really liked about it is that it's a horror series, but it's not about jump scares. It's about the tension and the atmosphere and stuff. And that's kind of what he did in Sinister.
Right.
And he did it so well.
Okay. I was wondering where you were going with that, because I was like, Scott Derrickson didn't do Haunting of Hill House.
No. Similar horror style, I guess.
Yes, yeah.
So Scott Derrickson will remain as exec producer.
Yes.
The release date's still May 7th, 2021, but that might change. But I wanted to pose a question to you.
Go on, then.
Who do you think could replace him as director?
Well, I don't know, because now it poses the question, what kind of route are they actually going down? Are they going to still go with the sort of horror route, which I think the rumour is they're not. They want elements in there, and that obviously must be where the creative difference was, because Scott Derrickson wanted to go almost full on, whereas obviously the producers went, well, no, then hang on, because it won't make us a lot of money.
Yeah, and that is...
Then you're cutting out all the kids that are, want to go see it, but then can't because it's a horror film.
Well, they'll probably do it as close to the knuckle as possible.
Yeah.
It's not going to be an R-rated film.
No, it never was going to be, but still could have been an uncomfortable...
Yeah. Too scary for...
too scary for the kids. And in all fairness...
Considering how emotional Endgame and Infinity War were, that dealt with a lot of grown-up issues. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of death in it and everything. I think they
but kids will be watching that. They won't fully understand it, and they'll just be there going, and then we want to see the heroes flying around, and then they're flying and stuff, and they don't really understand. But it's the actual, if it was visually and very uncomfortable, then that's when they'll go, I'm scarred for life now.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You know when you're young and you're watching a film, if you don't understand the full concept of what you're watching, it just flies over your head and you don't remember it. Whereas if you're a kid and you watch a scary film, it fucking scares you. Yeah. So I can understand why they didn't want to, go out and out, but
I suppose
it does suck, you're right.
I suppose it's a good business decision
Yeah.
Also because horror films don't make as much money at the box office.
No.
Like, I think the highest grossing film probably hasn't reached close to $1 billion.
No.
And that's what Marvel aim for at the least.
Yeah.
Yeah, they want a film to make $1 billion. But if they were going with a horror vibe to it, I don't want to sound too obvious here, but Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah. I don't know if they'd be able to get him.
He could definitely pull off the visuals.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt, yeah.
And I'm guessing with it being a Doctor Strange film, it'd have some wacky kind of story, and that's the type of film that he does well.
Yeah.
My other choice would probably be James Wan, if he moved over from DC, because he's been doing Aquaman. But obviously he's come from a place of like The Conjuring and Insidious, but that's more jump scare. Which
jump scares crap. That's why I find it really difficult to find a really good like horror film nowadays. Again, that's probably why I was so taken with Haunting of Hill House, because there was, I think, 2 jump scares in the whole thing.
It's just so atmospheric.
Yeah. And I watched one recently, As Above, So Below. If you've seen that.
I've heard of it.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Fucking brilliant. Again, 2 jump scares in the whole thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
But again, it's all set in the catacombs under Paris.
Yeah, yeah.
And it draws on, your claustrophobia and all that sort of stuff. And I won't go into too many spoilers, but...
Yeah, because I really don't enjoy the whole, oh my god, it's so gory that it must be scary, or something jumps out at you.
Yeah.
Chris Rock has recently said that his Saw film that he's writing and producing is going to be a horror film with sprinkling of humour.
Yeah.
Which I'm not surprised about with it being a Chris Rock film, but I'm not excited for it because it's Saw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the Saw franchise is piss poor now. It has been since the second one.
Yeah, it really has.
Yeah.
James Wan did the first one. It was great. And then it just never reached.
It actually
from there.
had a story instead of it just devolving into just pure gore porn. I mean, there was gore porn in it, but there was reason behind it, not just let's just blow up this person with a room full of needles.
Yeah,
because horror. Which, Scott Derrickson, leaving sucks, but Disney gonna Diz, Marvel gonna Marv.
I just hate how often this happens, that directors drop out due to creative differences. Mm-hmm. Like the director of the Uncharted films now dropped out.
Oh, that film surely cannot be getting made.
To be honest, I think it's about time that Sony just
went...
it's not going to
Sony
work.
just don't know how to do anything, do they? They really don't.
They've got Morbius.
Oh my god. Right, so I'm guessing that was on there as well, like our list of news to talk about.
It wasn't actually, but we may as well talk about it.
Let me just go, so we got the trailer release for Morbius, which is the Jared Leto starring vampire flick from Sony, and my god, the trailer was so bad. It looks horrendous.
I mean, from the trailer, it was 2.5 minutes of Jared Leto looking a bit down.
Yep.
But it looks better than Venom.
That's not exactly a hard feat,
it's not very hard, no, but it looks like more interesting than that film. I think the main problem...
Do you know what it looked like to me? And again, it might have just been the editing on the actual trailer, but it looked like it was a fan-made film, really? Fan-made trailer. I thought it was that bad. But, I mean, obviously I'll give it a go. I didn't think Venom was going to be any good. I was proven right, but I gave it a go, so I'll give this a go, but I'm not holding my breath for this.
The thing with it is, it kind of looks like a film that should have been released in, the early 2000s when they were doing, Underworld and stuff like that.
Yeah, Underworld and Blade and... I mean, Blade was late 90s, wasn't it?
Late 90s, early 2000s, yeah. Yeah, but it feels like that kind of era film.
Yeah.
They're trying to go dark with it, but it's kind of, Yeah.
It's just basically, like I say, Sony trying to cling on to whatever form of... Just give up. Just sell it all to Marvel. You'll get a shit ton of money off that.
Yeah.
Just give up, Sony.
I mean, I'm hoping Marvel aren't course correcting after the whole, we've lost the rights to Spider-Man, we've got them back. Because the way that Far From Home ended just set up the future franchise. It was brilliant.
Yeah.
And I hope they go down that route, and I just hope
they will. Spider-Man 3 is back on now.
Yeah, Spider-Man 3's back on, but is the story going to continue the whole, oh yeah, it was Peter Parker?
Quite possibly, I don't know. What, as in...
The big reveal at the end.
Oh, yeah. Of course it will.
Well, it might not.
They have to address it. They can't not. Otherwise, then it's not a sequel, is it?
Yeah, but it kind of linked in with the rest of the MCU in a way.
Yeah.
So if they don't mention it in the rest of the MCU, it's going to feel a bit weird. I feel like they kind of have to. But, again... Uncharted. Give up, guys.
Yeah.
Just give up.
Yeah.
Tom Holland is not a good choice for Nathan Drake.
No.
Give me Nathan Fillion. Oh, don't do it.
Just don't do it.
Oh, just don't do it, yeah. Because Mark Wahlberg's playing Sully as well.
I've never actually played the Uncharted games.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just Mark Wahlberg. He's not done anything good in a while, I don't think. Because he keeps starring in Transformers films, which... Why?
Well, they're dead now, aren't they?
They must have paid him a lot of money.
They're doing a sequel to Bumblebee, which I still haven't seen.
No.
But
it's meant to be really good.
Yeah. I've heard it's really good.
But yeah, supposedly the Uncharted film has now got the director of Zombieland,
right?
Ruben Fleischer, in it. Who cares? At this point, if I was like 7th choice for director or whatever it is now, I'd be like, maybe not. Yeah, there must be a reason why people keep dropping out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's because nobody wants it made. Like, I'm pretty sure nobody asked for an Uncharted film.
Well, no, but they keep making video game adaptations. Like we're getting a Tomb Raider sequel.
Oh, God, and the first one was awful.
Yep. It's annoying in a way that we haven't had a good video game adaptation because we've had so many. But the big problem is that they just go away from the source material.
Yeah.
Like Resident Evil was not a horror.
But there's a thing with video games. It's hard to sort of make it translate across because you're playing a character on a game. It's a different type of interaction. And I think that's fundamentally why they don't work. Well, with all of the absolute drama on the production of Uncharted, it's not going to work, and it's going to be probably a horrendous film. It's
going to be a mess
if it does ever actually come out. Yeah.
To be honest, it's gone through like 7 directors. I think this is a case for Sony want creative control rather than the directors. Yeah. And that's where it's all coming apart.
That's where everything goes wrong with a film production. If you let the producers, who aren't the creative ones, have full control, it just doesn't work. Well.
So, moving on.
Yes.
Billie Eilish is performing the title song for No Time to Die.
Cool. Next.
No.
I don't care. I don't mind Billie Eilish. I don't mind Billie Eilish.
She just mumbles through all her songs.
Yeah.
That's not music.
Yeah, some of the songs that she's... No, there was actually a song I listened to of hers the other day. She can fucking sing.
She actually sings?
Yeah.
That's a surprise.
She actually sings, yeah. No, she's got a really good voice as well.
Friggin' mumbling.
Yeah. Every single one of her songs I've heard is catchy, so... Plus, I don't really care about Bond anymore, so fuck it.
I think it looks good. The trailer looks good.
Can't be any worse than Sam Smith.
Yes, it can.
No, it can't.
I think it can.
Well...
I mean, Billie Eilish is...
To be honest, again, the film's going to be garbage, so who cares?
I mean, you're wrong, but...
Well, let's face it. Right. Casino Royale, amazing. The best Bond film, by a mile. Quantum of Solace, crap. Apart from that one scene where he actually does a bit of spy work.
Skyfall, awesome.
Skyfall, good.
Great film.
Meh. It was good. I would happily watch it again, but it's not as good as what everyone made it out to be. Spectre, fucking shit.
Spectre wasn't great, but
bored me to tears. Shit. Boring, so bad. And again, the production nightmare that No Time to Die has had. It's not going to be a good film. I'm going to watch it because it's some weird sense of duty towards Bond at this point, which it was kind of like the whole Walking Dead thing where it's like, well, I've got this far, so I may as well keep going. And reason number 2, Ana de Armas.
Don't know her.
What?
Who?
Ana de Armas, yeah. Knives Out, Blade Runner 2049, Knock Knock.
Oh, okay.
Loads of stuff, yeah. She's fucking huge now.
Right.
She's a big star.
Cool. I think it's going to be a good film. It's like every other Daniel Craig Bond film is pretty good.
No. Quantum of Solace, Spectre.
Not every other.
Oh, right, every other.
Casino Royale, Skyfall, maybe No Time to Die. Maybe. So, Billie Eilish is the youngest artist to record a Bond theme.
Yeah.
18 years old.
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
She's also a massive fan of the US Office.
Is she?
Yeah.
Okay.
I saw an interview she did, and it was Rainn Wilson who did the interview for her.
Oh, yeah.
And he was quizzing her on US Office trivia.
Oh, right. Was she just like fangirling at the time as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
I'd fangirl in front of Rainn Wilson, to be fair.
Well, yeah, that's true.
He kept referring to her as William Eyelash. It's a good video. You should watch it.
Nice. I like Rainn Wilson. He's good.
Yeah, it's funny.
Hans Zimmer's also been announced to be scoring the soundtrack.
Yes, I saw that.
Good. Moving on to the next bit of news.
Yep.
The John Wick series, The Continental, is most likely releasing after the fourth film now.
I saw something about that.
It's said to take place early in the history of the John Wick universe.
Oof, that sounds interesting.
So it's kind of a prequel series, but it's obviously going to be about
that would
the
really
hotel.
work if it was. Obviously, have they specified an era?
What do you mean?
Like, have they specified an era of when it's actually going to be set? Because they just said an early.
Early.
Because I think that would really work if it was like 1920s or something like that.
Maybe not even that far. Like, maybe when the Continental became like a haven for...
Quite possibly,
the
yeah.
assassins
Like,
and
I mean,
everything.
it'll work. It's definitely something that I'm very much looking forward to.
Yeah,
because it's not actually going to have Keanu Reeves as John Wick in it. It's all about the hotel, isn't it? So,
well, it's been rumoured that he's going to star at some point.
I'd be surprised if they didn't, like if he didn't cameo, but like not as the main.
No, he won't. He won't be a main character.
Obviously, you reckon they'll get Ian McShane.
I hope so.
Yeah. Because he does TV. He was in quite a few Deadwood, American Gods. So
yeah, that's true.
You would think he again, depending on when they set it.
It's also actually in development at Stars, who also produced American Gods.
Yeah.
And Power.
So if John Wick is going to be in it, it's not going to be a 1920s thing. Well, actually, no. Keanu Reeves is immortal.
This is true.
Yeah. But no,
Yeah.
I think that it's a shame. Like, I reckon that really would have worked if they went right. Okay, yeah, no, it's not going to feature any of the characters you've seen before because we're setting it very, very early, and it's like 1920s, 30s kind of thing. I think that would have been great.
Yeah, but I suppose they kind of want to link it in with the films
of course
a bit
they do.
more.
Yeah, I can understand that completely.
Let's just get Lawrence Fishburne in it as well, because why not?
Yeah, why not?
He's done TV before. He did CSI. John Wick 4 is releasing May 21st, 2021.
Yep.
So it'll be sometime after that.
2 days before my birthday.
Same day as Matrix 4 as well.
Really?
Yeah.
They're releasing on the same day?
Yep.
Oh, God. Another one we don't fucking need or want.
Yeah.
No, nobody wants Matrix 4. But we'll go see it, won't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. I bet it's going to look pretty in IMAX.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
If nothing else.
Yeah.
It's only one of the Wachowskis this time.
Yeah.
Lana.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what the other one's doing.
No, not too sure.
Yeah.
But I saw John Wick 3.
Not having a penis? No, you can't say that, Sam. Cut that bit.
I'm using that as a snippet, putting it in at the beginning of every episode. Doesn't have a penis! So, I watched John Wick 3 recently, actually.
Yep.
Really good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Is that the first time you'd seen it?
Yeah.
Oh, right. You didn't go to the cinema?
No.
Attack dogs. That's all I have to say.
Attack dogs.
Yep. Yeah. No, yeah. They just know exactly what you want from that film.
Yeah.
And like they go, right, we'll put in a little bit of story, but mainly we just want to see Keanu Reeves kicking the shit out of people. It's exactly what we need.
Cool.
Yeah. Next.
Tarantino is likely not directing the Star Trek film.
Yeah, I thought that's been around for ages, hasn't it?
So he first pitched the idea of an R-rated Star Trek film back in 2017, described as like Pulp Fiction in space. Pretty cool.
Yeah.
But it's been heating up recently, but he's recently said, and I quote, "I think they might make this movie, but I just don't think I'm going to direct it. It's a good idea. They should definitely do it. And I'll be happy to come in and give them some notes on the first rough cut."
Fair.
So I'm guessing if it does get made, he'll be a producer.
Yeah. Which is fine.
Yeah.
again, Star Trek to me kind of feels like one of them, but I'm not a massive Trekkie that you don't really need any more of anymore. But
I don't know. There's
a lot of people say that about Star Wars, and I want more Star Wars. So, yeah.
There's Star Trek Discovery on Netflix, and that's going to be really good, and there's Picard coming out soon.
Yeah.
Which looks good from the trailers. I mean, I've not really watched Next Generation, so...
No, me neither. Like I say, I can't really comment too much on Star Trek because it's just never been anything that's really, really grabbed me.
No. I think as space sci-fi goes, it's good, though.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason it's got such a massive following.
Yeah, it's been around for, over 50 years now?
Yeah.
Yeah, so hopefully they make it. It'll be quite interesting to see it in an R-rated kind of environment.
Yeah.
Pulp Fiction in space. Decent. So Tarantino co-wrote it with the Revenant writer.
Right, okay.
Mark L. Smith.
Yeah.
It's got some good writers behind it. This next bit of news, you probably won't be a massive fan of because you don't really care about the character.
Right.
But the Green Lantern HBO Max series will reportedly feature 2 Earth Lanterns and Sinestro. It's going to span several decades, and it's going to focus on the origin story of 2 Lanterns.
Right.
And it's also going to link it in with the space story of Sinestro, I guess. So I'm guessing he's going to be both a villain and like a good character.
So an anti-hero.
Well, no, because he does go from being good to an actual villain.
Right, okay.
That's going to be pretty interesting, I guess. The most popular choices are probably Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart for the Lanterns.
Yeah.
I'm more of a Kyle Rayner fan myself, but, it's good, whatever we get. No release date's been set yet.
No.
And
I'll watch it. I've enjoyed a lot of the DC TV shows that they've done in the past. I say that. Arrow and Titans. And Arrow went really bad after a while, but I'm really enjoying Titans at the moment, so and with it being HBO, you've got that level of prestige and you kind of trust most of what HBO do.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So yeah, it's an intriguing project because obviously with the following that Green Lantern does have, a massive fan base. So I'm interested. I'll definitely be watching it when it comes out. So yeah. But it's just I don't know too much about the character.
Yeah, I mean, like you say, HBO doesn't really go wrong very often.
Nah,
except Game of Thrones season 8.
But again, no, that wasn't HBO.
That was HBO's fault.
That was D&D. HBO wanted to keep it going and wanted to get it done right, but D&D were like,
yeah, we want to rush through this.
Yeah.
We've got Star Wars.
So no, you don't anymore.
So the Star Wars films are reportedly still on track. So it's like 2022, 2026.
They've neither been released from their contract, D&D.
D&D have. But
you're on about Rian Johnson.
I don't know if it's Rian Johnson, but they're still planning the new trilogy of Star Wars films.
Okay.
Hopefully Old Republic. I've said it many times.
I have seen something today that Disney do plan on doing something with the Old Republic, but I don't know how credible the source was.
I've seen something similar, and I think they called it the High Republic or something. They call that era.
Right.
Something similar
Possibly,
to that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I really hope they do Old Republic. And speaking of Star Wars,
all right,
we'll get on to the big bits of
Can't
news.
be a podcast with us without it being Star Wars in it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The past 7 have been like Star Wars related. First, I'll say Rise of Skywalker has finally passed $1 billion at the box office.
It was always gonna, really, wasn't it?
It was going to. I'm glad it's made that much, even though I think it's an alright film.
Yeah. The more I've thought about it, the less I like it.
I'm the same, and that's why I try and stop thinking about it.
Yeah. Just, we've got to let it go at this point.
Yeah.
That's
what we got. But it's always nice to dream about what we could have got, isn't it?
Yes. I think I know where you're going with this.
I'm guessing you do. So we got an alleged script leak.
Yep.
For Colin Trevorrow's episode 9.
Yep. For those of you who don't know, Colin Trevorrow was originally set to direct episode 9, but backed out because of creative differences. And that worked perfectly.
That was amazing.
And
pat on the back.
Obviously, Colin Trevorrow, most famous for doing the Jurassic World films, which all right.
First one, I enjoyed it when it first came out.
Second one, all right. Some
Second
good
one,
bits, some poor bits.
Yeah.
But, you know.
He was a strange choice for director, I think. Because at that point, I think he'd done Safety Not Guaranteed, which was like a sci-fi romance, I think.
Yeah.
I've not actually seen it. But then they just hired him to do Star Wars.
Yeah.
He's gone from
But they
doing...
did the same thing with Rian Johnson. He did Brick and Looper.
True, but Looper was a bit more of a big budget fare than
Brick.
Than Safety Not Guaranteed.
Oh,
was,
yeah, true, yeah.
Then again, they also did the same with Josh Trank. Because they gave him Fantastic Four, and they'd also gave him a Boba Fett movie.
Yeah.
Which then he got kicked off of because of the way he acted on Fantastic Four.
Yep.
I understand give unseasoned directors a chance to put their spin on it.
But not with something so big.
But when it's one of the biggest franchises in the world, maybe not.
No.
Maybe not. But then again, it's good to see what could have been had he been director. So the working title for it was Star Wars Duel of the Fates.
Don't like that.
I don't, but I do at the same time. Mainly because it just makes me think of...
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, slight segue. My colleague at work, he came over to my desk the other day and just went, just come with me a second, took me over to his. He was listening to Duel of the Fates on Spotify.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, the bar...
Yeah.
Where it shows you how far along you are in the song, turned into a lightsaber. Seriously. And it was just the lightsaber growing.
I know what I'm trying later.
It was awesome.
Was this on the desktop version or on his phone?
Desktop.
'Cause I think I've done it on the desktop before.
Right.
Yeah.
Mint. Anyway,
Brilliant.
back to it.
The story is basically the First Order's dominated the galaxy.
Yep.
Communication between planets has been cut off.
Mm-hmm.
Finn and Rose hijack a Star Destroyer.
Right.
And they launch a surprise attack on Coruscant, which is now ruled by Chancellor Hux.
Right, okay.
Chancellor now. They basically do that in order to activate a hidden Jedi beacon that can pierce the First Order's communication blockade and rally resistance allies.
I mean, okay. So, from that, I will say, it does have probably a better story so far than what The Rise of Skywalker did.
I like the tie-in with Coruscant.
Yeah, I like the fact that Coruscant was back.
Yeah, the one thing that kind of annoyed me about Rise of Skywalker is that it's all new planets. Part of me wanted them to return to the planets we've seen before.
Yeah, I like a mix. I don't mind new planets. It's a big galaxy. Obviously, there's going to be different places that haven't been seen before on, you know.
Yeah, but when they're just like, oh, it's another forest planet.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
It's like, okay, cool. Yeah.
Well, they did do that with Mustafar at the beginning. Yeah. And there's actually, they did go into detail about why it actually looks the way it does. Like, not the way we know it to look. But again, it was all in...
They went into detail in other media.
Yeah, and it's like...
A lot of people aren't going to read or watch that other media. Mm-hmm. Just explain it in the film.
It's about getting the balance right. No pun intended. Well, pun intended. But which evidently is what I would have called the film if I'd have done my idea for it.
What, no pun intended?
Yes, I would have called it Star Wars Episode 9, no pun intended. Yeah. No, I would have called it Balance of the Force.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Yeah.
I'd enjoy that.
Yeah.
I don't mind Duel of the Fates.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Yeah.
But again, we're not getting this.
No.
So.
But...
Yeah.
So what else is there in there?
Palpatine is not in this.
I heard he was in it, but it was in a holocron.
He shows
form.
up in holocron form. Yeah. So
it's like a old recorded message.
Yeah. So Ren searching Darth Vader's castle on Mustafar, kind of like what we got in
Rise
of Skywalker.
I would have also featured the castle heavily.
Me too. Yeah.
Yep.
That's something that they showed off quite a bit in the comics that they really should have shown in the rest of it, because obviously they showed it in Rogue One as well, and it looked impressive.
Amazing, yeah.
Yeah, I just want to see more of that.
Yeah.
He's haunted by the ghost of Luke Skywalker.
Okay.
So, thematically, this is kind of definitely a sequel to The Last Jedi.
Yeah.
Like when...
Which is... they should have gone with.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, because Rise of Skywalker was just a 2.5 hour apology for The Last Jedi.
Which, again, makes me go to the whole point of they just literally don't know what... They don't understand the source material. Kathleen Kennedy... J.J. Abrams, to a certain extent, just doesn't understand the source material.
Now, I think J.J. does, and that's why Force Awakens was basically A New Hope, but done for a modern generation.
I just think it just kind of shows how much of a safe card J.J. is. That's literally, he is just, I'm going to play it safe.
I suppose, yeah.
And you sort of look back over his previous work and you start to go, oh yeah, he does. He just plays it safe, doesn't he? Because it's weird how, certainly to me, Rise of Skywalker actually makes The Last Jedi age way better. And it makes you kind of go, well, actually, yeah, I may not have liked elements of it, but fucking hell, at least he tried to do something different. Rian.
Yeah.
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 I've actually warmed a little bit to him now, especially after Knives Out, which was excellent.
Wow. I never thought this would happen.
No, I still don't like a lot of the forced identity politics, which was definitely in play within the film, and then in the aftermath of the backlash that it received, it's the whole if you didn't like it, it's just because you hate women kind of like that's total bollocks. But it has aged better as a film. Still. I will go back and watch it, and I will still hate everything that he does with Finn and Rose. But all the other aspects of it, you sort of go, yeah, I can see why.
There's a couple of scenes in The Last Jedi that I really enjoyed.
Anything with Kylo Ren in it.
Yeah, anything with Kylo, the throne room.
Yep.
The whole Force connection.
Yep. Brilliant.
And the bit with Luke facing off against Kylo.
Yep.
Where at the end of it, he says, I'll be seeing you around, kid. And this is what we apparently were going to get. It makes perfect sense.
Yes.
It also fits in thematically with The Last Jedi because it was going to explore the whole, Rey's still a nobody. Her parents were nobodies.
Yeah.
But it also had Kylo killed Rey's parents for Snoke, which I'm kind of like, if they're nobodies, then what's the point?
Yeah.
It doesn't really make much sense for him to...
Yeah, that doesn't make that much sense, no.
Also, were Rey's parents on the run for years because Kylo had to grow up in that time and then strike them down.
Yeah.
It just...
Yeah.
Is a bit of a weird one, to be honest. And it also goes into the whole, we don't need the Jedi and Sith anymore. Let's go beyond that.
I like that. That's how I would have played it. I would have had it, it basically kind of like almost down the Grey Jedi route, but not quite.
So Mace Windu and Qui-Gon. So when in the castle on Mustafar, Kylo finds a holocron left by Palpatine.
Mm-hmm.
It was meant for Darth Vader, and it basically says, seek out my master to complete your training.
Plagueis.
Not Plagueis.
Oh, what?
Yeah, Tor Valum.
No, it's Plagueis. Plagueis was his master.
It's meant to be Plagueis, yeah, but they've just created a new master for him, yeah. That bit doesn't make sense to me.
No, that's poor.
He's also described as a 7,000-year-old Lovecraftian creature.
Like Cthulhu?
Kind of, I guess. Yeah.
A giant octopus Sith.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, this started so well. It's dropping a little bit here. Still better than Rise of Skywalker so far, though. I'm not going to lie. By the sounds of it, I would have much preferred this film. Like say, at least it was an actual direct... It sounds like it's tried to be a direct sequel.
It sounds to me as well like they're not trying to throw too much in.
Yeah.
You could talk about Rise of Skywalker, and there's so much stuff they've tried to shoehorn in there, and it just makes it an unbalanced film.
Oh, it's a complete mess.
Yeah.
Stop trying to steal my puns.
I didn't even think about
Yeah.
Why not Darth Plagueis? Why? The final battle takes place between Rey and Kylo on Mortis.
Right, okay. No idea what that is.
Is a planet that was apparently seen in the Clone Wars.
Right.
I've not seen the Clone Wars, so I can't really comment
Right.
on what it was like. The Force ghosts of Luke, Obi-Wan and Yoda appear and try and redeem Kylo, but he's too far gone.
Right.
So he doesn't turn back to the light side.
Okay.
Which...
I'll give him that. That's ballsy.
Yeah.
Yeah, we said that beforehand. That would be a very ballsy move, so...
Yeah. And that's basically most of the big plot points that I've got. But it also features stuff like Kylo forges a new mask made of like Mandalorian metal.
Fair. That's cool.
He battles a hallucination of Darth Vader.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm fine with that. That would have been awesome.
Chewbacca flies an X-Wing during the Battle of Coruscant.
Sure. That's not really a big plot point.
Yeah. And Lando is called upon to rally the smugglers to aid the resistance.
Sure, why not?
Which is kind of what he did
kind of,
in Rise of Skywalker anyway.
Yeah.
So that's what we could have had, essentially.
Obviously, those are just the basic plot points, but, I mean, it does sound like a far better film than Rise of Skywalker, to be honest. Far better, than what we eventually got.
Annoyingly, yeah.
Yeah.
And I never thought I'd say this, but I didn't think a follow-up to The Last Jedi could be so good. Could sound so good.
The thing is, it's a case of, The Last Jedi wasn't universally liked. I personally had a lot of issues with it at the time. I still do, but you can't just pretend like it didn't exist, which is basically what they did. They went, all that, just forget it. And here's let's put 3 films into one to try and distract you from that one they did. No, the film is there. It exists. Make the sequel to it. Finish it off. But I could go on and on and on and on about Star Wars.
I mean,
the really how piss poor the thought process was behind this whole trilogy, i.e. there wasn't one.
The thing is, if JJ had done the whole trilogy, I'm sure it would have been cohesive, at least.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where they went wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where they went wrong from the very
beginning. No vision.
No vision. There was no proper path set out from start to finish.
From what I'm hearing, what we could have gotten is pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Even though there's some parts I don't like. Tor Valum, why not have Darth Plagueis instead?
I don't even think they needed Plagueis at all.
No.
I think Plagueis works so well shrouded in mystery. Obviously, there has been novelizations about him.
The holocron was used to basically tie it to the other films, in a way.
Yeah.
And I can see why they'd do that.
Also, again, it's like, why would Palpatine tell Vader to go find his old master?
Also, that breaks the rule of 2.
Yeah, if he knew he was alive. Yeah, but then again, that's fine.
That's fine.
Because it's... The rule of 2 is kind of stupid anyway. Kind of. It's cool, but it's stupid. I don't know. But it doesn't break it as much as The Rise of Skywalker did.
This is why we need an Old Republic film.
Again, not the rule of 2, but it doesn't break Star Wars like Rise of Skywalker did. All the thing about balance with the Force and that the prophecy was Anakin going to kill Palpatine, and it's like, oh no, it didn't kill me, I'm back. So it literally just makes those original 3 films, technically it just goes, well, they were pointless. Even though they're not, and they're fucking amazing films, but it's just, again, it wasn't thought out at all.
Yeah.
It wasn't thought out. But I can't talk about Star Wars anymore. No, because we'll be here forever.
Okay, so that's all the news and everything we've got for this podcast anyway. I think you're glad for it to come to an end at this point.
Yep.
So are you going to start with the little review of the little film you've seen this week?
Earlier on, it was last week, I went to see 1917 in IMAX, which is the war film directed by Sam Mendes.
Oh, you never said it was in IMAX when you saw it.
Oh, I saw it in IMAX.
Nice.
But what I'll start off by saying is that as we're walking into the IMAX screen, the brand new one up here in York, is that they were playing a clip from Tenet.
Oh, really?
Christopher Nolan's new film.
Yeah?
Yeah. It was weird because so I missed the actual beginning of it because we were doing the thing where we're like, well, it's just going to be adverts, isn't it? So we'll just go in about 10 minutes before film's going to start.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, shit. No, because we sat down. Obviously, it was showing this thing. I just thought it was some sort of trailer or it was like some sort of mini film to show off how good IMAX is.
Yeah.
And I was sort of, and it's weird. Halfway through it, I clicked that it was Tenet, and I clicked because of two things. One, because I was like, this is very like the style of the way it's shot and and everything. And it was like, this is very, very Chris Nolan-esque. And then two, it was in 5.1 surround sound. So basically, when they were speaking, it was quite low volume. But as soon as a gunshot went off, I was like, fucking hell, I'm deaf. I was like, yeah, this is definitely a Chris Nolan thing.
Is that a Chris Nolan thing?
Yeah. Do you not remember The Dark Knight Rises? How whenever have you watched The Dark Knight Rises?
In cinema or
well, I mean, it did it in cinema, but like at home when you can adjust the volume. Yeah. So you put it on a normal volume, and when they're speaking, you're listening to them speaking, and then as soon as there's a gunshot or an explosion, it's just like really fucking loud because he does 5.1 surround sound.
I mean, it's loud when there's explosions, but I've not noticed like a massive difference. Yeah. Maybe it's because I don't have a 5.1 surround sound speaker system.
Well, neither do I, but you notice it.
But okay, right.
I'm fine-tuned for these things.
Apparently so.
The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. But yeah, so they were showing that little clip of Tenet. I'm a bit 50-50 on Tenet. Obviously, I've only seen the little prologue thing and the 2-minute trailer. When
I watched the trailer, I thought it looks good, but it doesn't look like Inception.
No, I kind of get where they're coming from, the comparisons with Inception, but it's
really enjoyed Inception.
Yeah, still love Inception.
Yeah.
But it's a case of, in my opinion, Christopher Nolan's had a couple of duds recently. So, like, again, The Dark Knight Rises, it's Batman. I enjoy it for what it is, but technically speaking, it is a poor film.
As a film, I enjoyed it.
Interstellar, visually stunning, plot-wise, quite dull, and it was just a really hard slog to get through.
Why choose a farmer to become an astronaut?
Dunkirk, again, quite boring, if I'm honest. Like, I didn't get the hype surrounding it. It didn't really grab me. And like I say, I'm quite disappointed by it because I'm a massive Christopher Nolan fan. Like, he's done some of my favourite films, but those two were just a bit And I'm starting to think, is it that he's just sort of become a victim of his own success? Or is it that maybe he just had that really, really good run of films that I did where it was like, well, The Prestige, Inception, The Dark Knight, The Prestige, Batman Begins, The Prestige, Memento. Oh, fuck, I don't know what order it was. Memento, Batman Begins, The Prestige, The Dark Knight, Inception. He went on that really, really good run, and then all of a sudden it's just been...
I've not seen Dunkirk, to be honest, so I can't really comment. But
well, watch it and make a opinion for yourself.
Visually, I did enjoy Interstellar.
Yeah. In all fairness, I have only seen Interstellar once, and I do want to watch it again. But I just remember being like,
yeah,
when will it end?
I enjoyed the planet hopping and like the whole, a minute on this planet is like 10 years.
Oh, yeah.
Back on Earth. That was pretty interesting stuff that they went with. And then it becomes like I can see where you're coming from with Interstellar.
Yeah. But it's one of the things, I will go see it.
Yeah.
Because it's Chris Nolan. Yeah.
But you're reviewing 1917.
Yeah, so we got that little prologue, yeah. But 1917, I'll go with a one-word review.
Oh, yeah?
Fantastic. Absolutely. It is brilliant. So, obviously, we talked about it previously on one of the podcasts that we did, how it's one of them films that's done where it's
made to look
like it's all one continuous take, yeah. And honestly, it's so well done.
And it's really well shot from what I've heard.
Oh, yeah. Beautifully shot.
It's Roger Deakins, who I don't think he's done a bad film in a long time, because he's done stuff like Blade Runner 2049.
Yep, that's a bad film.
What?
Blade Runner 2049 is a bad film.
A bad film?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So dull. So boring. Literally, I put it on. I ended up cleaning my room because I was that bored.
Right.
But I don't like the first Blade Runner either.
Well,
it's probably the most overrated sci-fi film of all time.
At least it helps you do something productive, I guess. But visually...
visually, yeah. Visually stunning, but so boring.
Which is what Roger Deakins is, the visual side of things, because he's a cinematographer.
Yeah.
So he's done that and Skyfall, which was... You might not think it was...
Oh, visually stunning.
A great film, but yeah, visually it was amazing. And probably the best visuals from a Daniel Craig Bond film.
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah.
Absolutely.
It was very, very artsy in certain areas, the way it was shot.
Yeah, so I think having Roger Deakins on board immediately improves the quality of your film, to be honest. And I'd seen a behind-the-scenes video of basically where they cut, and it is literally like seamless in the editing, and it's beautiful, and the attention that they've paid to continuity is insane.
Yep.
Yeah,
absolutely.
But I'll let you carry on with the review.
Yeah, because I was trying to look out for where I was like, oh, where will they have cut this then? Where's the actual cut? Since, like, in certain parts, instead of watching the film, I was like, no, just watch the film. There's only like 3 times I picked out where I was like, that'll be a cut, that'll be a cut, that'll be a cut. But it was kind of obvious. Yeah. For those 3 times, but there'll have been way more. But no, yes, it's exceptionally, like, visually stunning. The story is great, and obviously it shows like some of the horrific sides of war, especially World War One. Like you've seen that kind of stuff before, obviously World War II, Band of Brothers, that sort of thing. But like, some of the stuff that is put across, you just sort of, I mean, I've got a pretty strong stomach, but you're just like, wow, it makes you feel so many things when you're watching it. And the only criticism I can possibly have about it is that some of the acting sometimes isn't really up to it. Certain ways that lines were delivered, you can tell they're very much early comers into their craft, but it doesn't derail it at all. It's just sometimes when a line's delivered, you can tell that it's very, very stoic in the way that it's delivered, and not
in the way that it's supposed to be. Basically.
But again, doesn't derail it at all. But yeah, it was just a beautiful piece of cinema. And honestly, I generally, obviously we've had the Oscar nominations recently, I wouldn't be surprised if it gets Best Picture.
It's nominated, isn't it?
It's nominated, yeah.
But it's also got to contend with stuff like Joker, which has got 11 nominations at this point.
Yeah, I don't think Joker will win Best Picture.
Probably not.
I think Joaquin will win the Oscar for the performance, but I honestly think 1917 probably will win Best Picture.
Probably up there, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely need to see that.
Yes, you do.
Yeah. I cannot wait to go see it.
Yeah. You said about I could go into spoilers for 1917 if I wanted, but like you can't really spoil a World War One film.
World War One,
you know. Spoiler alert: we won. We don't speak German.
Well, man, I've not seen it.
Did you see those memes about World War III when it was kicking off, and it was like Iran, the US invades Iran, Germany invades Poland. Wait, no, sorry, false habit.
And it's like, World War III's been announced. Germany, what are you up to? It wasn't even me. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. It's being announced. Like it's a headline festival. You know. Is Germany the headliners? No, Iran this year. Bloody hell. Well, good for them.
Yeah. Okay, well.
You laugh. You're getting drafted, I won't.
Why not?
Asthmatic.
Can weak knees kind of stop you from being drafted?
Depends how bad.
Okay. Make them...
I can break them if you want.
I'll dislocate them on my first day of training.
Yeah. Oh no! Look what... Oh no! I'm going to have to go home. What a shame.
Yeah. I'll try and convince them that filmmaker is basically a much needed profession back home, and that I can't go. I say filmmaker. I edit a few things.
Someone's got to stay behind and shag all their wives. Don't worry, John Terry's on the case. Anyway.
Spokes. So, shall we wrap it up?
Yes, let's wrap
Yeah.
Oh, you. You didn't mean that at all, did you?
I did not.
No.
But I like I did.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
You always act like you know what you're doing, but never do.
that is how I go through life. Yeah. So,
this has been the Radioactive Screen Podcast.
yeah.
We hope you've enjoyed it.
We hope to get some more things out very soon.
Yes, we do.
Maybe we'll actually start the YouTube channel up again.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I don't know.
We say it every week.
We'll see what happens. Every week?
Every 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah, every few weeks.
Yeah.
When we can actually be asked to put these out.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, guys. We love you.
We do.
We really appreciate that you...
We do. We're just lazy.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Well, I've got stuff on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I've been Josh.
I've been Sam.
See you later.
Bye.